Hello, first grade. So we are still doing art from a long time ago, and this week we are still going to be looking at Egyptian art, and this time we're going to be looking at Maokats and how Maokats were sacred to the Egyptians. Oftentimes they were also mummified and found in the tombs or the pyramids. And we are going to draw a Maokat today and paint it and add hieroglyphs lettering for our names. So I'm going to get started with how to draw this one. I'm just using a smaller piece of white drawing paper, but you can use a larger piece if you want to do a bigger piece of art. The students will be in person, will be doing it a little bit bigger than this, but just for my tabletop, I thought I would show you a little smaller. The first thing I want you to do is to draw the cat, and I would start off with a few fingers below the top. It may help for us to draw our frame first, and with that I would simply take a ruler and just put the thickness of the ruler around all the edges. If your mom or dad or learning coach want to help you with this, that is totally fine. They can do this for you. But around each of the edges, I'm just laying the ruler nice and even with the paper and drawing a border. That's going to also be part of our decoration and is the frame of this border. We're going to decorate that as well. So now I have that drawn. Now I can start adding my cat. So my cat's going to be the focal point of the piece, so it's going to be in the center part of this frame, and I want to start at the top but a little bit below this line because I want room to put my ears in. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is to draw a circle. Don't draw it too small because then you're going to have a really hard time painting and drawing in the details. But if I do a larger circle, and I always pretend first and then draw a circle, and sometimes I make more than one line because you draw light till you get it right. That way you can erase any lines you don't like. So I start off with a circle for the head. Now I'm going to be drawing another circle, but it's going to have a teardrop shape. So in other words, the top part here where the neck is going to be skinnier than the bottom part that's going to be a little chubbier. If it helps you, you can draw another larger circle below, that's the whole body, and then connect those to the head with a skinnier line like that. Okay? This is also where the cat's collar is going to be. They wore jewelry. Okay, we know how much the Egyptians love their jewelry. So from the body, now I'm just going to come down and make a couple straight lines for his paws, and that is just going to be an oval at the bottom with two parallel lines, another set of parallel lines, and some ovals. And then his little back feet, you can just tuck some ovals a little higher on each side. Okay? Now he needs a tail or she. And I'm going to give it a nice curved tail. All right, now for the face. Now for cats, I like to start off with two parallel lines in the middle of my circle, and then I make some football shapes. So I curve out and make a frowny face, two frowny lines that I connect back. So now I have a football shape. So two happy smiley lines and two frowny lines. And then that curves right in to the triangle nose. Okay? So now I have a little triangle nose curved right in from the eyes. Now from the bottom of my triangle, I'm going to make some J's, some forward J's and some backward J's. And then a little smiley line underneath for his mouth. Okay? This is where his whiskers would be, okay, which we can add in. Now the ears, you can add two triangles, and if you want to make a little slit, a little line that comes through that triangle, that will show you the direction the ears are going, like that. Okay? Now, we're going to add some circles inside the eyes. And cat pupils are skinny slivers. They're not round like humans, okay? Now I'm gonna make my Malcat, look even more like an Egyptian. I'm gonna add a headdress. So I'm going to pull this line down, make another line between his ears, connect behind his head, and come down. And then I'm going to add some straight lines that go all the way across. That's where I'm going to add some fun paint patterns or crayons or whatever you are using. Okay. Now I need to write my name in hieroglyphs, which I gave you a worksheet with all the letters. My name is Christy. So CH actually has one picture. It looks like this. And then R is called it's a mouth. R. I is a feather. So I'm going to make a feather shape. I. S looks like a backwards candy cane to me. S. T is a loaf of bread. They had kind of a flat bread. And Y is two feathers together. So I'm going to draw two feathers together. Okay. Now, so there's my name in hieroglyphs, my cat. Now on this part, you can add more fun patterns or details that you want to add. Maybe you want to add a pyramid down here in the corners. So a pyramid is a triangle that has another line off of it coming out diagonal that you push back. So again, triangle, another diagonal line, and then you connect. So you can make some pyramids, triangle, another diagonal line, go back. And then some horizontal lines and vertical lines to make a checkerboard pattern that I can paint different colors. So before I start painting, I want to outline with a Sharpie all of my lines that I drew. The ones I don't want to keep, I don't have to trace over. I can erase those later. Be very careful. I'm going to go ahead and color in his pupils because they would be black anyway. Okay. His neck, his collar, his round body that we used our circle, oval, oval, parallel lines for his feet, another parallels, oval, tail, headdress. Notice how I'm not going through certain lines like the tail because the headdress is behind the tail. So I want to make, this is called perspective. I want to make sure that my tail is in front of my headdress. So I draw the lines without crossing over my tail. Okay? So once I got my cat done, you can also add some fun lines or patterns to the cat's collar if you want to decorate that as well. So now I'm going to do my hieroglyphs. Okay, and you would keep going with all of your outlining until you get everything in your composition outlined. Okay, so I'm not going to finish all that up. Then you would paint this, and you can paint the cat a natural color, which for me would be maybe a lighter brown, and I would come in with my light brown and paint my cat, being careful not to paint its nose or its eyes or the collar because I'm going to paint that a different color. might make my nose a light reddish pink color. And with watercolors, it's just adding more water to it. Okay. Maybe I want my kitty cat to have beautiful green eyes, so I'm going to add some green to the round part, the colored part of the eye. There's some of my red is going into it. You can use a paper towel and blot that out. Okay, and I have some more brown down here for his body. Okay, and you would keep painting this all in, doing your best, neatest work. Now, for the patterns, like I said, you could do a checkerboard pattern, and you would just do every other color. So, for example, if I wanted to do one square blue, then I would skip one, do another one blue, and maybe the ones in between I want to be gold or yellow. So I could paint yellow in between each one. Okay, so you can do that all the way around. You can also do that for the headdress. Oftentimes the Egyptian headdresses were gold and blue, colors of royalty. So you can paint that gold and blue if you like. If you have gold paint or a metallic crayon or Sharpie, feel free to use those things. Okay, so I'm not going to finish the whole thing for time, but you can kind of get the idea. If you want to paint the background of your cat, you can do that as well. Just enjoy the project and have fun with it. So have a great week, first grade. We're going to have a Zoom meeting set every week. I will send you the details for that. If you're available, please log in and we can get together and talk and just share with each other. Maybe you can share your artwork and we can just have fun getting to know each other. So have a great week. Take care.